14 podcast presented by FanDuel Canada, and we just got done finished watching one of the worst baseball series I can confidently say in the history of the Gate 14 podcast. Is that a fair comment, Avery?
The worst winning week by far, dude. What in the actual fuck were those baseball games? Dude, that was so bad to watch.
I
So
it's
awful. And we won and we feel bad. Imagine being a Rangers fan. God damn. That was all like, are you kidding me? That performance was not worthy of Major League Baseball. That was not worthy of AAA. That wasn't worthy of the IBL, what we witnessed this week. That was awful.
I don't, Avery, like the situational hitting, the hitting in general, even at times the fielding, like the Adolis Garcia playing right. There wasn't a singular good thing about that series unless you're just a pitching slut and you just love pitching, because some of those at bats, Avery, I'm not joking. I wish I'm joking. I think the 18U Ontario Blue Jays from my year, when they had all draft picks, would carve the Texas Rangers offense. I'm not even joking. What
John,
do you say if you're a Rangers fan? Like, for example, a Rangers podcast. What the fuck do you talk about? What do you say?
you say thank you for the rings. Like, this is when you just go back and you watch the Corey Seager home run to win the walk-off to win the game. That's when you start bringing out your World Series merch, because this team's not going to do it. They're bad. Yeah, you move on. It's done.
It was unfathomable. Like today, luckily, I got my joy back after the home run, obviously. But like, I was at the point where even if the Jays won that game, I would still be pissed. Like, you're. Let me just make this clear: the Toronto Blue Jays pitching staff today, the Rangers offense went 1 for 28, and it took a home run in the 9th inning by the Blue Jays to win that game.
Dude, the game
Avery, 1 for 28.
Yeah, that's one. That's like obviously one over the minimum.
Avery, their first hitter of the game got a hit, and no one did for the next 9 innings. The Jays threw a no hitter after the first hitter of the game.
Oh, that's so sick. And I saw it was like a Barker tweet, Blair, I forget which one. He was like the like pitching masterclass. I was so mad at the game. I hated what our pitchers were doing. Like, I wasn't even impressed. It was just so pathetic
You had a Wilner take, or you had a Barker take, actually, or Blair take. You said in the chat what the Toronto Blue Jays pitching staff was doing wasn't impressive, and I was
It wasn't
like,
impressive.
What?
I mean,
they threw 9 innings of one-hit ball today.
I know, but it was because the Rangers were so pathetic at the plate. Like, it was like if I went out and pitched against the Georgetown Eagles 8U team, like, that's what it felt like to me. It's like, it's not impressive. So that's where I got to. I was so mad at the series.
Avery, I'll say this. I am so happy we could just sit back on this and laugh now because we actually won the series. Because like I tweeted, I was going to turn this podcast into a fucking World War II pod if they lost that series. I don't know what the hell we could have talked about besides the Lauer Hour tonight's game and just Paxton Show. I guess we can go back to forth in terms of like the game aspect of it, but
well, John, if you want to talk about doom posting, I started making 2027 plans, like for the Blue Jays yesterday. I started like selling off pieces in my mind. I started like making the rotation, and I was gonna bring you a full 2027 lineup, like top to bottom with guys.
not today, old friend. It's like that meme. It has
brother,
to wait.
Death is delayed. We are not worried about 2027 yet.
I can't believe it, Abe. It's truthfully one of those things that the game of baseball is so strange. Like, truly. I mean, I'm looking at this, and the Jays are 1 game below 500 with the Oakland Athletics coming to town, by the way. And the Oakland Athletics, if the Jays take 3 or 4, the Jays are all of a sudden what? two games above five, one game above 500.
Well, let's do that math
Yeah, one
quick.
game above 500. If they lose, if they take
Yeah,
three or four. Yeah,
that would be great.
yeah, and it's just
And
like,
I mean, the lefties, we're missing Severino from what I believe,
yeah, yeah. He pitched today.
and we're just getting all their lefties. JP Sears put up an all-time stinker
Oh my God.
against the Astros,
Yeah.
so that'll be interesting to see. Like a Blue Jays team that's hit well against left-handed pitchers, but it feels like we haven't seen one in ages.
No, we haven't. I mean,
A
the
left-handed
bullpen guys we saw the last 3 days,
that's
Milner.
that is different though.
Yeah.
But a left-handed starter feels like it's been a long time. And the Jays were bad against lefties last year,
Hmm.
and they've been decent so far this season. But you gotta change it up.
Like,
Thank God we won. Fuck, it would have been so miserable to do this.
yeah,
I wouldn't even know what to say, man. And again, like winning does solve everything.
it does. And I wanted to speak on that
We
topic.
never have to think about this series again after
Yeah,
today,
because they
which is
won
the
it.
best.
They won
Yes.
it. The Jays have won two out of their last three series. I can't believe I'm even saying that. And at one point, Avery, I tweeted on the Gate 14 account, Toronto Blue Jays scored 4 runs in their last 50 innings before the ninth.
So sick. What do they what do they come out of that stretch? Like that's from Friday of the Rays, probably.
Yes. Yes.
So they come out of that 2-4. Yeah, makes sense when you're not going to score any goddamn runs. It does make
But
sense.
you know what? Again, it goes back to talking about it. Like our pitching staff went toe to toe with three guys with a sub 2 ERA or a sub 2.5 ERA. And the pitching was the problem for this team before the series.
Yeah, Malley's a fake
So,
to
so, well, so honestly, I hate to say it, but so is kind of Eovaldi. Like,
yeah, but Eovaldi is gonna anyone who doesn't strike people out, I think your ERA is fake. I'll
yeah,
just like you could be
dude,
maybe the
Degrom was walking a lot of guys too.
well, DeGrom went down like a mile and a half on everything. I think
Yeah,
we might
he was intimidated by the Jays
he
bats.
he threw the most pitches he's thrown in years and then immediately dead after.
Yeah, shout out, Bruce
We
Bochy.
killed Evaldi too, and I
That
mean
was frustrating.
not scoring after Evaldi comes out of the game in the second inning.
It's like, but the thing is, though, I'll give you a crutch here, a little bit of a spin zone. Not scoring after Evaldi left is like a teacher switching the test questions after you've studied a certain subject. The Jays studied Evaldi, you
Yeah.
know, and then it's like here we're got another guy coming in now. You don't know nothing about this guy. So it's like changing the test questions, as the kids say. That's what it was. But I didn't want to go into the loser posting because I did a fair share of it, to be honest with you, and I don't feel bad about it, to be honest. This was fucking one of the most pathetic series of my lifetime. But there was a tweet that circulated the internet of someone rooting for the Toronto Blue Jays to lose, and I want to make a very clear statement here. If you root for your baseball team to lose to push a narrative of wanting someone fired, you are a fucking loser. There's
Uh,
no other way to talk about
I
it.
lo Loser's the wrong word.
It's pathetic. Sorry, you're not a loser. I
No.
regret.
That you could be right about that too. You're just not a real like
Well, you're
fan
not a
of.
fan. You're not a
Yeah,
fan.
yeah. You're not. I just don't think you're a fan of the team,
Like, imagine you
that's
wait
fine.
for sure, but imagine you wait 5 months for baseball to be back. You're 2 months into it, and it's like, yeah, I kind of just want them to lose now. I want to watch losing baseball from the end of May, to fucking October. Imagine wanting to watch losing baseball. You're just not a fan. That's what it is at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you're just not a fan. You just root. I mean, you just want to complain about things, which is fair.
Or
Whatever.
you like the prospects thing. You think you could have more fun, and you like the hype.
And
That's
but
meeting
Avery, if you
if
like the
man.
prospects thing, Avery, don't watch the Blue Jays. Just strictly watch minor league baseball then
Yeah,
this
no,
year.
that's actually probably one of your best points. Like if you don't care about the team, just watch the Vancouver Canadians. They're the most
They're a wagon.
most exciting thing. I don't know if they're winning games, but
Well,
they
again, it just again, if you are going to loser post for draft picks and all that type of stuff, just download the minor league baseball app and MILB TV, brother, and you can watch North New Hampshire, Buffalo, and Vancouver till your eyes bleed. Enjoy it.
yeah.
That's what you should do. You're not a Major League Baseball fan. You're a minor league baseball fan, which is fair. Everyone can be fans of their own things, but actively rooting for your team to lose is fucking pathetic. No another way to look at it when you're an actual quote unquote fan. But I wanted to go into Anthony Santander. I have a public service announcement. he's not Tony Taters anymore until further notice. We have stripped him from the nickname. Right now, he is losing a letter from his name until further notice. So right now, he is Ann Santander. He lost the Tony tonight. Um, just, I think he's injured. That's my thing. And if you are injured, get this dude out of the lineup and just call up Roden or call up Schneis or Loperfido.
It's
This
so
dude,
different, John. You're right. It's so different than like playing hero ball in NHL playoffs when you're hurt. It's the exact opposite. Like we need him to sit out right now. Like you're hurt. You haven't done anything else besides walking. He's somehow like,
he's Johnny Junta McCook, 11% walk rate.
dude, Tony, like this is the time. Like we actually want you not to play, probably.
Just play,
Um,
get perfect in like by the end of June. When like you aren't provide like Avery, this lineup not having Santander right now, unfortunately, is not going to change anything. I'm
I
sorry.
have, and I don't like to bitch about the lineup too much. I know he did the whole bow thing, but everyone in the world did the bow thing.
Yeah,
How does he end up in the two hole today if he's so hurt and like can't swing? He's trying to make more call. It's a weird thing. I think he's trying to. I think he's almost too prideful at this point where he doesn't want to put himself on the IL because he doesn't like how he started his tenure here, and
he's
it might just hurt it more.
it's the clear cut definition, Avery, of playing hero ball.
Yeah.
That is what it is. He's playing hero ball. It's like, oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Because he's looking at those numbers and it's like I got to claw back to
Yes.
salvage this season. And brother, I got some terrible news. You got to go on the IL because let me tell you something. I would rather watch Loperfido. Even Terrell. I guess Terrada's not really an outfielder, but I would rather watch fucking Roden try to figure it out.
No, I think Roden is the one that you probably just you try and
Run
see
it
if
back.
he'll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, he's raking down there. I think the Santander. I think this is a big series for him. He's facing. Actually, it's not Avery. You know why it's not? Because he said when he hits righty, his hip hurts the more, and he's facing all lefties this weekend.
He will be. Yeah. Dude, maybe we get some Orelvis.
Just for the weekend, just dip our toes in the water for the weekend
I
of
don't know what
Elvis.
his splits are, but that would be the guy you would think. I don't know how you would even barge or Elvis just I can't believe he's gonna have to play defense at some point. But I don't know. I think it's tough for him and
He's injured. I listen, and I wanted a guy today on Twitter because a guy was like Santander's injured. That's why he has worse stats than Ernie. Whatever. He came at me about it, and I said the training staff knows more than we do about players. But after watching Santander tonight and even yesterday, some pitches where prime Santander from last year was launching over the fucking right field fence, he's not even sniffing these, Avery. And you could tell he's laboring something kind of, right? Like, I don't know, man. He is sorry, I'm not calling him Anthony Santander. And Santander is completely and utterly lost right now at the plate. And someone brought up a good point, Avery. I'd love to get your thought process on this. Do we do the Junta line graphic for Tony Taters? Because his
dude,
average was mine right
yeah,
now.
you might be kicking his ass. Honestly. What was what is he hitting?
You pull up his stats, I'll pull up mine, and we'll see what the
Yeah,
Junta line
find the
is.
graphic because I actually went and like did your strikeout rate and all that stuff. We might have to get this to Cam for tomorrow. Oh, on my phone, I can't find
The
it.
Junta line? Okay. I hit 185, 313 on base, 585 OPS, two home runs, 12.2 walk rate, three hit by pitches, and a 271 BABIP.
Okay.
So
This
you
is
bring
gonna
up his stats, and I'll tell you what I'm beating him in.
Yeah, no, I need to get on Fangraphs on my computer here so it's actually live because he did nothing today, right? So it's gonna update to that. Very close though. Okay, live stats. I got it here. 181 average, 268 OBP, 10% walk rate, 218 batting average on balls in play.
I'm Avery. I am shit kicking him in every stat here.
Besides
Home runs.
home runs. Let's see. I
I think
don't
we got
think
to do the
I,
graphic again.
I don't know if he's been hit by a pitch this year.
We gotta run back the graphic, Abe.
We got to do it. Like it's the only way to save him is the Junta line graphic. Um, you don't like it, but it comes for you at some point. I mean, you just got
It's the Grim Reaper. It's the
yeah,
Grim Reaper that saves the season. Do you remember the legacy run George Springer had after the Junta line?
just immediately.
Oh my God. And speaking of bad players, Avery, Ali Sanchez. I mean, listen, kids, if you have aspirations of being in the show, if Ali Sanchez can do it, fucking do it. Grind till your heart desires, my friend. And Avery brought up a great uh fucking tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. Would you like to let them know about the conspiracy about the Jimenez?
So we heard on the broadcast the other day that Ali Sanchez and Andres Jimenez are best friends. Like they played Mets farm system, Venezuelan Winter League together. And then I was just like going back through the transaction logs from this year. And I was like, maybe Ali Sanchez signed before Jimenez and it wasn't like just they brought them together. No, Jimenez got traded, then immediately the next day, Ali Sanchez signed a deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. Like they needed catching help, absolutely. And like this is the type of guy you go get, but very funny that it's just
It's, I mean,
the old
some may
boys
argue
club.
it's colluding. I'll be honest with you, it's colluding. It, it's, I can't believe when you brought that to my attention, Abe, I legitimately was stopped in my
Ali
tracks.
Sanchez has never hit a home run in the big leagues, but he hasn't played that many games.
You know, Jimenez made the call.
Like, yeah, this is like a Tyler Heineman numbers, and then he became the best player in the world after.
I think people got to realize, man, our catching tandem, we take it for granted, dude. Like, number one in average in baseball as a catching tandem.
I think
Like,
Heineman took. I mean, I don't even know if you call it a leap or
it's no, it's the unk leap.
yeah, because I don't think it was like seeing out his potential because I don't think the ceiling's crazy high, but Tyler Hyman was just playing ball. Like good. I think that's the best way to. He was just playing ball. He was doing a job pretty much every time he went out there, and his ability to throw people out has been good. I don't think they try kind of run all over Ali Sanchez. The Rays
Easily.
do it to everyone. I mean, it wasn't just on him. And then a couple stolen bases today. One stolen base, right? Wasn't the first guy who got on stole second base immediately too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just different. Like when you see a player that's like AAA caliber, who's not like the 4A player, it makes sense. It's like, okay, maybe not his time to be here, and I don't want to see that. But it's like such a shitty stretch that you got four straight with Oakland right after. So you got to give Kirk the rest, unfortunately.
Yeah. Fair.
That's
Um,
the one where if you don't have prospect, no one has good like old catching depth in
we do.
the minors.
El Mago.
Well, he's a major leaguer.
Well, oh, yeah, but he was, I mean, he was
Yeah,
in Buffalo last year for the Jays.
unless you have like prospects coming up, there's not a lot of like good catchers catch in the big leagues. That's what they
But
even if they can't hit, if you're good at catching,
he can't
like
frame, he can't catch, can't throw guys out. I'm
no,
not
it's like
quite
Austin
sure.
Hedges has gotten gigs forever, and he doesn't really hit, but
Yeah.
boy can he catch. So it is interesting to see. But Bobby Brooks, maybe he's the next.
Bobby Brooks, up and buff.
Yeah,
Up and buff. He'll probably get sent down to New Hampshire,
Bethencourt's.
unfortunately.
Oh yeah, he will when Heineman comes back. But the catching depth is pretty thin throughout the organization. Like I don't see anyone big up and comers when it comes to catchers.
Yeah. I think I got a conspiracy theory. Is Tyler Heineman our Bradley Zimmer?
Yeah,
Released, picked back up, released, picked back up. I mean, something to take us a little stab at there for the
that
El Mago.
that's a good straw. Like, good grasping at straws. That one hit though.
Yeah, he's our little Zimmer, but he actually is hitting like 380 this year.
I know it's insane. I saw like the bat flip on the home run. Incredible stuff from. I was like genuinely disappointed when he said he was going to be out because like El Mago, there's going to be a little bit of magic in the bottom of the lineup when he's in it right now.
And brother, he's delivered.
Yeah.
Brother, he's delivered. I think we also should have the Ernie Clement talk because kind of struggled. Weighted runs created plus down to like 70. I had a take on Twitter and I tweeted it. I think Ernie Clement should only play against lefties.
I think everyone in the world's
Yeah,
thought
I
that.
think he's been put in a tough spot where because his defense is so good, he has to play every day. But I think if you not cradle him, but if you only hit him against lefties and like platoon him with someone else, I think he's a great player for your baseball club. I think any team on the planet would take that.
Yeah, he's pushed to play every day because Jimenez is hurt and like the
Yeah.
injuries and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
Ernie Clement has been a hit lefties guy the whole time. And if you deploy players in only favorable situations, you're going to have better numbers. And that's why you want a manager that makes analytic driven decisions when it comes to lineups and stuff like that. Like when you put him only in positive situations, usually positive outcomes are going to happen against righties all the time, playing every day, you're not going to get as good numbers from Ernie too. But
Yeah.
like, I think that's a perfect guy you want in the 9 hole, and with all the injuries and stuff, and Ali Sanchez and Michael Stefanik playing, like he's hitting in the 7 hole, he's hitting in the 6 hole. He's like he'd be an awesome slash guy at the bottom
Yeah.
to make some stuff happen.
Yeah, that's
He's
fair.
he's not a fucking all-star player, but he can be valuable to this baseball team to hit against lefties and play defense.
For sure. And then the next thing I wanted to talk
Everyone
about,
everyone should know that, I think, at this point
yeah,
too.
instead of tweeting at me and DMing me that I should kill myself because I'm a Ernie fan, but um, Kevin Gausman, Ave.
I,
Kevin fucking Gausman. Back to back starts. You tweeted it. What was the stats? 15 innings pitched, 1 run, no walks.
yeah, no walks, like 8 hits against, 15 strikeouts in that time. You know what? You do not. Holy shit! Do you know what fixed him?
What?
There's a little Blake Murphy article about a splitter moving too much side to side. You got the splitter moving down again, and now he's cooking. He's figured it out. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
This was a
He's
great
getting
series
the
for us
swing and miss
starters.
again.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of strikeouts. How much did he have? Eight? They get eight that game? 7 or 8? He looked awesome. And then the next guy that I wanted to talk about was Jeff Hoffman, Dave. Great series for Hoff Dad. He didn't pitch in Tampa, obviously, because the Jays got shit pumped every game. But 2 saves, saved up to 12 saves in the season. Looks awesome. This looks awesome now. And you tweeted it like when he's locating pitches, he's not wild. Which again, piss on pitchers lose it. He has been unfucking believable, and it is crazy to me that Jeff Hoffman has a higher ERA than the accountant. I,
Yeah,
it,
eye test would say they should be swapped at least.
is there a more fake ERA than Chad Green having a 3.7? Is there
Nope.
a more fake? Every fucking appearance he has, I feel like he gives up a moon bomb and at least walks one guy.
Solo shots, John. The rally killer. He
It's
knows how to do
it's
it.
bananas,
It's
Avery.
very funny. I want to touch on Jeff Hoffman. Sometimes it's even luck seeming things when we watch these games. The first pitch to Wyatt Langford today gets sculled down the third base line. If Jeff Hoffman, if like things are going bad, that finds a way down the line. That's a triple for Wyatt Langford somehow, and we're just in a shit situation. He pulls it foul. Jeff Hoffman locks back in, and he's able to go 3 up, 3 down. Like I said, when he's in the zone, it seems like he can play offense almost. And sometimes it's just step back, or even if the hitters have a tell on him too, a little less timid. It's like the splitter was always missing arm side and up, and just like he's never gonna get a swing on that. It's uncompetitive. You kind of lose that pitch as a swing and miss for him because there's a lot to lefties that you're throwing the split down to the lefties more than he had before. He's not really throwing the slider and into those lefties, so you kind of miss a pitch, easier to hit.
Yeah,
I think it was good for just good for him, his mentals and stuff like that too. To just be able to rein it back in without another crazy blow up. Sucks that it's kind of like 2 in a row, then figures it out, then 2 bad ones in a row, then figures it out. But I trust him to
yeah.
kind of right this ship and things be good for a little bit
And
because
12 saves is 12 saves, Avery. I pretty fucking good at
I was
this
pretty
point.
like I was confident with him coming into the game today,
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind.
And I think
Uh,
the confidence will stay there. I mean,
Monday was a different story. I was like, oh fuck, here we go. But at that point, he's got no other backup. Like it's his job. He's not losing this because Jimmy goes on the IL.
mhm.
So Jeff Hoffman, it's yours. And then Brendan Little pitches before him today. It's yours to lose, man. Like go get us the win. You're the guy for the reason. Paid you the money, and
Yeah.
he did it big.
And I think this bullpen, can you agree with me in terms of this bullpen is the best it's ever been since easily 2023, or the most confident you've been in a bullpen since 2023? Because I'm looking around. Mason Fluharty, dog, dog. Brendan Little, dog. Yimi Garcia, dog. Jeff Hoffman, although a couple bad ones, dog. We
Yariel,
even got the Braden Fisher dude who's shoving, dog.
yeah,
Paxton Schultz, dog. Eric Lauer. I mean, we have a fuck ton of good pitchers here, and Swanee will be back. Apparently, I think for the weekend. They said he's throwing tomorrow, and then he should be good for the weekend, or they're going to figure it out. But Swanee looked awesome in AAA. I think he had a 9-pitch, 3-out inning in AAA. This is if the offense can figure this out, Avery, I think we have a really fucking good chance of a tiny little run at some point, man. I really do.
yeah. I don't disagree, but to say this is the best we feel since 2013 is like
2023.
that's what that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
That just means you got to be better than the worst bullpen of all time. So yeah,
Fair.
I do agree that it's
Fair. It
definitely
feels good to feel good again. I mean, last
no,
year this
to have guys you can count on is a phenomenal feeling as a fan watching the game who has like you're not able to impact the game at all. You just sitting there and you watch it. To have guys you think you can trust makes watching games a lot of fun. And then being able to execute too is the best part. Those are some good arms back there. I'm kind of intrigued with Braden Fisher too. I don't know if
please.
it's yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not like super good extension. You get some IVB on the heater. The slider's a pretty good whiff pitch. He's just kind of he's just kind of doing it big, like attacking the zone right now. So I'm intrigued. I don't know what the metrics are going to say in a couple weeks, but for right now, ride the wave. He's been pitching well, and then Paxton as well, pretty good today. I got definitely no problems with him.
And the Lauer Hour, man.
Watching a lefty carve at 92 is fucking beautiful, man.
It's like Mark Burley. Mark Burley.
It's harder than him at some point, but it's just like, how are these guys? It's painted so perfectly. I think about a right-handed hitter, like power bat, and Eric Lauer throws 92 on the inside corner with a heater. And they just kind of look back at the ump and he rings them up. It's like, what are you supposed to do with that? That's beautiful baseball. And it's infuriating to watch from the other side. So it was kind of the Easton Lucas thing when he was going early. I was just like, that's awesome to watch. I'm a left-handed pitching guy. So yeah, I like watching Lauer too. And they've been able to deploy this successfully. Like I know Lauer gave up some runs when they used him as a traditional starter, but they were able to find the way to get it done today. It was
But
ugly,
this is how
we
you make
thought.
a successful baseball team, Avery, right? Like you always talk about this. It's like you got to find diamonds in the rough. And Braden Fisher's start to his big league career, knock on wood, with the Blue Jays, 7 innings pitched, no runs, 10 strikeouts. Is that good?
Yep.
Brendan Little, little ones, 1.5 ERA, 108 whip in 24 innings. Yariel Rodriguez, we got to talk about why, Rod Ave. Yariel Rodriguez currently has the best wins probability added for the Toronto Blue Jays this year. Yariel Rodriguez. And you want him as a star. Let him cook in the bullpen. This dude is unbelievable right now in the bullpen, Avery.
I have another take. I want Jeff Hoffman to start again too.
Oh,
I want all our good I want them all in the rotation. I lock me up. Sorry, but I want to see those guys start at some point.
going to have an 8-man rotation.
Fuck it. Healthiest arms in the
Yeah,
country.
listen. Is there many things to talk about with this series? Probably not. Other than pitching. I mean, Bowden Francis said that he was flying open. I don't know if you saw that when they were talking about it. They said he was flying open and they corrected that and he looked great. Albeit it was against Texas Rangers, so I'm going to have to see this a couple more times. But it is a great for this team to be good, you need Bowden Francis to be a serviceable big leaguer. And that was a great start for him. Unfortunately, no runs were scored for him when he gave up none anyways. But yeah, that was a good step forward for Bowden Francis, even though some people on Twitter said he sucks.
That was it is really bad for like the long term of this team that Bowden starts or set up right before the bullpen games. Like
Yes.
if he's not able to like find it,
Hmm.
hit him being a 2 times through the rotation guy, and then a lot of bullpen arms, and then the next day being a bullpen game, technically, like you have some.
Well, Avery, we got good news. Max Scherzer will be throwing to live hitters this week at the Rogers Center.
He's gonna have a toe injury after that, or so. We're not gonna see Max again. I don't believe I'm gonna see Max in a Blue Jays uniform. I wasn't able to watch the 3 innings he pitched. I will never see Max Scherzer pitch in a Blue Jays uniform in a
Oh,
regular
brother, I
season.
saw it. I was there. Can't say it was one of the greatest Jays games I've ever attended, but I was there for the Mad Max debut, and he right when he started, actually, I believe he told John Schneider, "I am hurting right now. I will try to eat some innings for you." That's how he started his debut at the Jays. So, not the greatest for Mad Max Maxi boy, but yeah, I Spencer Turnbull's coming up. I believe they said he has one more Dunedin start that he's to go to Buffalo. Or no, he threw yesterday. I believe they said his next start's in Buffalo.
Yeah, I went through the score yesterday. It wasn't like super impressive. He's
His
still like,
velo's down.
and he's given up hits to high A guys.
Yeah.
I think he was like 6 hits through 4 1/3, something like that.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
I'm gonna go back and watch some of it too. Like they could be the defense in that league is god awful. So there's a very good chance it's like I'm saying he's giving up hits to it's not even high A, single A players. I should watch them and see if these are ethical hits or these are just
Yeah.
because of the bad defense. Because he gave up a triple in one of his other starts, and it should have been an out. It was a ground ball to the first baseman that he missed and went for a triple. I was like, oh my God, that's all right. Some of the scoring might be pretty funny in those leagues. I'll watch some Turnbull stuff, but I'm not like super stoked for him. But that'll be a nice, if he's right at some point, that's a nice boost. And then you have Alec too. There's a lot of injured guys that we kind of need to count on for this to happen, and which is starting to worry me a little bit. But
Yeah.
the only
But
thing we
positive
have
vibes.
the only thing we have is hope. So I'm going to choose to be hopeful that we'll have some guys who can help out.
Yeah, for sure. I guess we can go into the athletic series. I mean, not really much to talk. I'm sorry, guys. There is really not much to talk about this series, but some cool news. We got a golf log coming out. We'll be recording it on Monday, June 16th. Um, Ernie Davis and Lopes will be involved in it. 3v3. Ernie said he wants to switch the teams up. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out.
We're not we can't switch it.
Yeah, no, it has to be
It's
gate
us for
14. It
yeah.
has to be gate 14 in our ringer versus them.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks to everyone who reached out and
I
tried
mean, we
to
got like a million DMs about
yeah,
that. That
no,
was
so
crazy.
thanks to everyone that's the power of the internet, man. I've been emailing a bunch of people all day and I was like, I could make this happen faster if I just posted on Instagram.
Yeah,
And
and
it happened
should we
pretty
say the
much.
course or just wait? I
No,
don't think we should, I don't
no,
want people showing up. I don't want people showing up. Okay.
no,
Yeah.
we'll wait till
Yeah.
we'll wait till after that. But
Yeah.
um
Should be a
no, I'm
good one. And
glad
then
that came together pretty quick, which was nice.
yeah,
Glad we
and then
could
if
get
you're
it done.
listening to this, I mean, this is the month. First pitch. Um I might have to rip a shot before it or something like that. Because Avery, has it really wrapped? Like, have you had really wrapped around the fact like we're gonna be doing that in front of like 25,000 people? Like, we're gonna be on the field, cameras on us on the jumbotron. I've never been on the jumbotron, throwing a fucking baseball to Swanee and hopefully Bassett, or if Bassett can't, will be Bowden or Hoffman or whatever. Um, throw in front of 25,000 people. I'm a little. It's a little bit nerve wracking, right?
I don't feel that way. No. I'll feel that way when I get there, like
Like
definitely.
once you step on the field and you have to walk to the mound, it's
No, the problem is they make them hang out in like the camera well for a little bit. If I went from the back straight onto the field through, I wouldn't be nervous, but the fact that we're just gonna have to stand there and watch, maybe I'll do it. But
we're
like,
gonna have to throw the ball a little bit. I
For sure. We need to. I'm gotta bring a glove to the officers. I need to throw.
yeah, get the arm ready.
Yep,
Get the arm ready.
exactly.
But yeah, I guess we can go into the weekend series. I don't think the pitchers have even really been announced yet. To
Well,
be
yeah, the Jays aren't. I think the Jays are shuffling something. Maybe they're shuffling things up so they don't do the bat. The
who's Jacob Lopez, Avery? Is that a reliever?
fucking great question. I don't think he's a reliever.
So, anyways, apparently we have Barrios, Bassett, Gausman, and Francis. That sounds right, Dave?
Yeah,
That sounds right. Um, Bassett versus Lopez, and then the A's. Oh, revenge game Saturday, Ave.
yeah.
Gunnar Hoglund,
Blue Jays first rounder.
and then JP Sears on Sunday. You know what? Fuck it, Avery. Positive vibes. Jays win 3 of 4.
Okay. I'll go more conservative. I'll say they split.
Would you
Uh,
be mad with a split, especially with the Phillies coming to town after?
I'll see how the games shake out because maybe it'll be like split from the dead. Thank God we got a
Like they
split.
lose the first two and then claw back Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah. So I'll see how the games shake out. Today I'd be disappointed in that, but like the A's aren't. The A's are better than the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, the Rangers are the 27th team in baseball in runs. So, I
Like,
mean,
would you accept as a Rangers fan this season after you
yeah,
won?
you won a World
Okay.
Series 2 years ago. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even care about like
No,
Mark.
you'd care. You'd care.
No, I'd care, but I would again. I'd look at my shelf and see a World Series hat
Yeah.
and like a World Series T-shirt and be like, ah, you know what? Maybe I'll watch World Series highlights from 2 years ago instead of 1993. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
a little bit of give and take. But
Yeah.
anyways, maybe I'll be going live tomorrow. I know Avery will be at the game.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see. I think it's a Bassett day, so maybe I'll. No, it's not Bassett day. It's Brios day. Game time decisions. Stay tuned for that. We got some cool stuff coming up here, man. On Sunday, we're gonna be at the Marriott, Skybox. So that's a really cool experience with a really cool podcast with Keegan, and then we'll be coming at you live next week as well. So stay tuned for that. Just enjoy the roller coaster, you guys. Enjoy the roller coaster of a ball season because let me tell you something. We were finally on on the winning end of a series that made me wish I wasn't alive. So a little bit of give and take here. That's all we're asking. So love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and we will come at you guys another podcast Sunday night with Keegan Matheson. Stay tuned for the announcements of our lives, and we'll go from there. Love you guys, man.